Have you ever dreamed of a secret paradise? Today we're heading to San Juan, Batangas, a hidden gem in the Philippines where local life and stunning beaches meet. This isn't just another tourist spot. We're diving deep to uncover the real treasures of San Juan, its landscapes, flavors, and people. Forget crowded beaches. Here, every corner tells a story, and every sunset is a masterpiece. I'm Sophie, your guide, and I promise to share every moment from breathtaking views to funny mishaps. Our mission: reveal San Juan's secrets, taste its best dishes, and connect with the locals who make this place special. So get comfortable. Let's start this unforgettable adventure together. The journey begins now, and you've got a front row seat. Every adventure needs a spark, and ours starts with a mysterious hand-drawn treasure map from a local. It's filled with clues to San Juan's best-kept secrets: beaches, eateries, even a hidden waterfall. With the map in hand, we're not just tourists, we're explorers on a quest for the town's authentic soul. A gust of wind snatched the map, leading to a hilarious chase through the market, locals cheering and helping me recover it. That moment broke the ice and reminded me, the best adventures are unscripted and full of connection. Map secured, our first clue points to the shimmering coastline of Lia Beach. Let's see what treasures await. The map leads us to Lia Beach, and it's like stepping into a living postcard. Powdery white sand, turquoise water, and the gentle sound of waves create a scene that's pure serenity. Local families laugh nearby, palm trees sway, and the air is filled with the scent of coconut and salt. This isn't just a place to see, it's a place to feel and experience with all your senses. Lia's beauty is overwhelming, a reminder of the Philippines' hidden wonders. The adventure is off to a perfect start, and I can't wait to see what's next. The map's first clue didn't disappoint. This is paradise found. I couldn't resist the call of the water, so I tried paddleboarding for the first time. Cue wobbles, laughter, and a splashy fall. Local kids giggled and soon invited me to join them in building a sandcastle, turning strangers into friends. We built a fortress, decorated it with shells, and shared laughter that needed no translation. These simple moments, playing, connecting, creating, are the real treasures of travel. Lia's magic isn't just in its scenery, but in its people and the joy of shared experiences. Our sandcastle stood proud, a symbol of new friendships. The rhythm of Lia is found in its waves and its welcoming community. On to the next adventure. Thirsty, I stopped at Maria's coconut stall. She's been here for 20 years, serving up fresh juice and warm smiles. Her secret? Love, she says. It's what makes her coconut juice. And this beach, so special. Around me, fishermen mend nets, teens play volleyball, and life unfolds in vibrant harmony. This is the real Lia. Not just a beautiful beach, but a community full of heart. These are the stories no map can show. The human connections that make a place unforgettable. Next up, our map leads to San Juan's famous food scene. Will I survive the spice? Stay tuned. The journey continues. Let's go taste the next adventure. Leaving the salty air and sandy shores of Lia Beach behind, our trusty treasure map led us inland, following a new clue, a drawing of a steaming plate of food with the words, "Where the locals feast." The aroma of sizzling garlic and savory sauces guided us long before we even saw the place. We arrived at a humble open-air eatery known as a carinderia, a quintessential part of Filipino food culture. This particular spot, Tita Nora's, was buzzing with energy. The air was thick with the sounds of laughter, lively conversation, and the rhythmic clatter of utensils on plates. A symphony of a community enjoying a shared meal together. This was exactly the authentic experience I was hoping for. The moment I stepped inside, my senses were completely overwhelmed in the most wonderful way. A long glass counter displayed a vibrant array of dishes, each one a masterpiece of color and texture. There were deep, rich stews simmering in large pots, glistening pieces of fried meat piled high on platters, and colorful vegetable dishes that looked incredibly fresh and inviting. It was a visual feast that promised an even greater culinary one. The smell alone was intoxicating, a complex blend of soy sauce, vinegar, ginger, and countless other spices that made my stomach rumble in anticipation. This was not just food. This was a celebration of Filipino flavors, proudly on display. I stood there for a moment, simply taking it all in, feeling like a kid in a candy store. Everything looked so incredibly delicious that choosing just one or two dishes felt like an impossible task. Local patrons, noticing my delightful dilemma, started offering friendly suggestions, pointing out their personal favorites with enthusiastic descriptions. One man insisted I had to try the crispy pata, while a woman passionately advocated for the adobo. It was clear that the food here was more than just sustenance. It was a source of local pride and joy, something they were excited to share with a newcomer like me. The atmosphere was incredibly welcoming and warm. This is the heart of Filipino hospitality, something you experience most profoundly through its food. The Carinderia is not just a place to eat. It is a social hub, a place where stories are exchanged and friendships are forged over a shared love for good cooking. I knew that whatever I chose, it would be prepared with care and tradition. The energy of Tita Nora's was infectious, and I couldn't wait to grab a plate and dive into this flavorful journey. Food time has officially begun, and my taste buds were ready for the adventure that awaited them. I managed to find a small table in the bustling Carinderia, and was soon joined by a wonderful Filipino family who graciously invited me to sit with them. They introduced themselves as the Reyes family, a mother, a father, and their 2 smiling children, and they immediately made me feel like an old friend. They were regulars at Tita Nora's and shared that it was their favorite spot for a weekend lunch. Their warmth and openness were incredibly touching, embodying the famous Filipino hospitality I had heard so much about. Sharing a meal with them felt like being welcomed into their extended family, turning a simple lunch into a meaningful cultural exchange. Following their expert recommendations, I ordered what they called the ultimate Filipino feast. The star of the show was the crispy pata, a deep-fried pork leg with unbelievably crunchy skin and tender, succulent meat. Alongside it was a bowl of classic chicken adobo, its dark, savory sauce promising a perfect balance of soy, vinegar, and garlic. To complete the meal, they insisted I try a side of pinakbet, a vibrant vegetable stew cooked with shrimp paste. The table was soon filled with an incredible spread of food, each dish telling its own story of Filipino culinary heritage. The generosity of the Reyes family was simply amazing. The cook behind the magic, the eponymous Tita Nora, came out from the kitchen to greet her guests, her face beaming with pride. She was a charismatic woman with a warm smile and hands that moved with confidence of someone who has spent a lifetime perfecting her craft. She explained that her Carinderia had been in her family for 3 generations, and she still used the same recipes her grandmother taught her. Watching her interact with her customers, it was clear she wasn't just a cook. She was the matriarch of this culinary community, feeding not just their stomachs but also their souls with her delicious home-style cooking. The Reyes family shared stories about growing up in San Juan, their favorite local spots, and the importance of food in their culture. They explained that for Filipinos, eating is a communal act, a time for bonding, sharing, and celebrating life. Every special occasion, big or small, revolves around a feast. Listening to them, I realized that I wasn't just eating a meal, I was participating in a cherished cultural tradition. The heart of the Carinderia wasn't just in its kitchen, but in the people who gathered there, turning simple ingredients into shared memories and lasting connections. So, the Reyes family patriarch, with this mischievous grin, dared me to try their favorite condiment, a small bowl of soy sauce mixed with calamansi, and a very generous amount of finely chopped siling labuyo, which is this fiery local chili. He did warn me, that it packed a serious punch, but he insisted it was the perfect companion for the crispy pata. Never one to back down from a challenge, I accepted, of course. I dipped a piece of the crispy pork into the sauce, took a deep breath, and took a bite. The initial burst of flavor was just incredible. Salty, tangy, and savory. But then, wow, the heat kicked in. It was this intense, creeping spice that quickly engulfed my entire mouth. My eyes widened, and I'm pretty sure my face turned into a dramatic, slow-motion grimace like one of those viral TikTok spice challenge reactions. The whole family absolutely burst into laughter. Not at my expense, but with me, as I fanned my mouth and desperately reached for my water. It was a hilarious moment of shared amusement, a playful initiation into the world of Filipino spice. The father clapped me on the back and told me I was a good sport. Honestly, that little bowl of sauce was giving Fear Factor a run for its money, but it was absolutely delicious, adding a whole new dimension to the dish. After I recovered from that spice ordeal, Tita Nora, who had watched the whole thing with a chuckle, came over to our table. She was actually impressed by my adventurous spirit and decided to share a little secret with me. She told me that the key to her famous adobo wasn't just the ratio of soy sauce to vinegar or the amount of garlic she used. The real secret ingredient, she whispered, was a pinch of patience. She explained that she lets the meat marinate for hours and then simmers it slowly, allowing all the flavors to meld together perfectly. Good food cannot be rushed, she said so wisely. I was completely obsessed with her philosophy and her incredible cooking. That shared secret honestly felt like a gift, a small piece of her family's legacy passed on to me. It was a reminder that the best things in life, especially food, are made with time, care, and a lot of love. If you're feeling hungry right now after hearing about all this amazing food, make sure to subscribe so we can explore more Filipino cuisine together. And let me know in the comments what your all-time favorite Filipino dish is. This flavor journey has been about so much more than just taste. It's been about learning the stories and traditions behind every single bite. As our incredible lunch came to an end, the Reyes family insisted we finish with a classic Filipino dessert, Halo Halo. It's this vibrant, multi-layered concoction served in a tall glass. Honestly, a work of art. It contains sweetened beans, jellies, shaved ice, evaporated milk, topped with uba ice cream and leche flan. They showed me the proper way, mixing everything together until it becomes this sweet, creamy, wonderfully chaotic delight. Each spoonful was a surprise, different textures and flavors, both refreshing and indulgent. The perfect end to our feast. Sharing this dessert with the Reyes family just felt like the perfect culmination of our time together. We laughed as we mixed our Halo Halo, sharing stories and just enjoying the simple pleasure of each other's company. In that moment, we weren't strangers from different parts of the world. We were just people sharing a sweet treat on a sunny afternoon. This experience beautifully illustrated that food is a universal language, a powerful tool for breaking down barriers and fostering genuine human connection. It turned a simple meal at a local carinderia into one of the most memorable parts of my trip so far. Leaving Tita Nora's, my stomach was full, and honestly, my heart was even fuller. The flavor journey in San Juan was about so much more than just tasting delicious dishes. It was about experiencing the warmth of its people, learning about their traditions, and being welcomed into their community. The crispy pata was incredible, the adobo was divine, but it was the laughter, the stories, and the shared moments with the Reyes family and Tita Nora that truly nourished my soul. This is the magic of travel that you can't find in a guidebook. It's about the connections that turn a meal into a cherished memory. Our treasure map has another clue waiting, one that promises an adventure of a different kind. A drawing of a waterfall hidden within a lush forest beckons. We've satisfied our appetite for food, and now it's time to satisfy our appetite for nature's wonders. The next leg of our journey will take us deep into the jungle in search of a hidden cascade. But the question remains, will our playful map lead us to this secret spot? Or will we get lost along the way? Don't go anywhere because the adventure is about to take a wild turn. With full bellies and joyful hearts, we left the vibrant energy of Tita Nora's carinderia behind. Our treasure map, now bearing a few faint smudges of adobo sauce, pointed us towards our next great challenge. The clue was this enchanting drawing of a cascading waterfall nestled within a dense thicket of trees, marked with the intriguing words, "Where water sings." The path seemed to lead away from the town and into the lush green wilderness that borders San Juan. The sun was still high in the sky, casting a warm golden light that filtered through the leaves as we began our trek. The air immediately changed, growing cooler and smelling of damp earth, rich soil, and fragrant wildflowers, a stark contrast to the salty sea breeze. The trail started as a well-trodden dirt path but soon became wilder and more untamed, just as the map had hinted. We were officially deep in the jungle now, surrounded by a towering canopy of ancient trees that seemed to whisper secrets to one another. The sounds of the town faded away, replaced by a new symphony of nature, the chirping of unseen birds, the insistent buzzing of insects, and the rustle of leaves as small creatures scurried through the undergrowth. I felt a thrill of excitement, the kind you only get when you are truly venturing off the beaten path, guided by nothing more than a playful map and a sense of wonder. This was a completely different side of San Juan. Following the map's winding lines, we ventured deeper into the verdant labyrinth. The humidity was thick, clinging to my skin, but it felt invigorating, a sign that we were immersing ourselves completely in this tropical environment. Every step was an adventure in itself, navigating over gnarled tree roots that crisscrossed the path like ancient veins and ducking under low-hanging vines laden with exotic-looking flowers. The jungle was alive, a vibrant, breathing ecosystem that commanded respect and awe. It was a humbling experience to feel so small amidst such powerful and raw natural beauty, a world away from the curated landscapes of parks and gardens. I kept my eyes on the map, comparing its hand-drawn landmarks, a uniquely shaped rock here, a cluster of giant ferns there, to the world around me. It was a fun and engaging way to navigate, turning the trek into a real-life treasure hunt. The anticipation was building with every step. I could almost hear a faint distant murmur carried on the breeze, a sound that was steadily growing louder. It was a low, rumbling hum that I suspected could only be one thing: the sound of falling water. The jungle was calling us forward, promising a spectacular reward at the end of our journey, and honestly, I couldn't wait to see what we would find. Just as I thought the trail couldn't get any more adventurous, we came to a clearing and were faced with our next obstacle. Spanning a small, gurgling river was a long, rickety-looking bamboo bridge. It was a simple but ingenious structure, crafted entirely from natural materials, swaying gently with every gust of wind. The map had a very clear, slightly wobbly drawing of this exact bridge, with a little stick figure crossing it, labelled "Test of Bravery." I stood at the edge, looking at the gaps between the bamboo poles and the clear water flowing below. This trek was certainly wild, and this bridge was the ultimate proof of that. It looked both terrifying and incredibly exciting. Taking a deep breath, I placed my first foot onto the bridge. It creaked and groaned under my weight, and for a moment my heart leapt into my throat. Each step required careful focus and balance. I held onto the bamboo handrails tightly, my knuckles turning white as I slowly made my way across. The bridge swayed more than I expected, creating a thrilling, stomach-dropping sensation with every movement. Below me, the river shimmered, and I could see small fish darting between the smooth, moss-covered stones. It was a moment that demanded my full presence, forcing me to concentrate on nothing but the next step. Halfway across, I paused to look around, my initial fear giving way to pure exhilaration. The view from the middle of the bridge was absolutely stunning. I was completely surrounded by the dense, untouched jungle, with the river flowing peacefully beneath me. It felt like a scene from an adventure movie, a moment of pure, unadulterated exploration. This bridge was more than just a way to cross the river. It was a rite of passage, a challenge that, once conquered, made the journey even more rewarding. It was a testament to the resourcefulness of the local people who built it, using what nature provided to create a path through this wild terrain. Finally, I reached the other side, my feet firmly back on solid ground. I let out a triumphant laugh, a mix of relief and pride. I had passed the test of bravery, and the experience left me feeling energized and more determined than ever to reach our final destination. The sound of the waterfall was much closer now, a powerful and constant roar that seemed to be just around the next bend. The bamboo bridge was a memorable highlight, a small adventure within our larger quest. With renewed confidence, I checked the map one last time and pushed forward, eager to finally lay eyes on the hidden gem we had worked so hard to find. After a few more minutes of trekking through dense foliage, the jungle suddenly opened up, and the sight that greeted me took my breath away. There it was, the hidden waterfall. It was even more beautiful than I could have possibly imagined. A powerful cascade of crystal-clear water plunged from a high moss-covered cliff into a stunning emerald-green pool below. The sunlight caught the spray, creating a permanent shimmering rainbow at the base of the falls. It was a secret paradise, perfectly secluded and untouched by the outside world. The roar of the water was deafening yet incredibly peaceful, a powerful force of nature that washed away all other thoughts. I wasn't alone in this magical place. Splashing and laughing in the cool water was a group of Filipino teens. They greeted me with warm smiles and friendly waves, their joy echoing through the clearing. I learned that they were all from a nearby village and came to this waterfall almost every weekend. It was their special spot, a place to escape pressures of school and daily life, to cool off and to just be kids. Their presence added an even deeper layer of beauty, transforming it from a simple natural wonder into a living, breathing part of the local community's story. One of the teens, a thoughtful young man named Paulo, swam over to chat with me. He told me with a sincerity that was incredibly moving that this waterfall was their happy place. He explained that after a tough week of exams or chores, coming here helped them recharge and feel free. The water washes away all the stress, he said with a wise smile. His words resonated with me deeply. It reminded me exactly why I love to travel so much. It's not just about seeing beautiful sights, it's about connecting with people and understanding what these places mean to them. Learning the stories that give a location its soul, inspired by their infectious energy and the inviting look of the water. I knew I couldn't just stand on the sidelines. I kicked off my shoes, set my bag down, and with a running start, I jumped into the refreshing pool with a joyful splash. The water was shockingly cold at first, but incredibly invigorating, a perfect antidote to the jungle humidity. If this breathtaking view is giving you serious wanderlust, please hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden gems. This happy place shared with new friends was the ultimate treasure at the end of our jungle quest. Floating on my back in the cool, clear water, I looked up at the sky, framed by the lush green canopy above. The feeling was pure bliss. The teens, amused by my enthusiasm, challenged me to do a funny mermaid pose in the water, a pose that was apparently trending on Instagram. I gamely accepted, striking a dramatic and likely very awkward pose with a flick of my feet, which sent them all into fits of laughter. It was a silly, carefree moment of shared fun, a perfect example of how laughter can instantly bridge any cultural gap. We were all just people enjoying a beautiful day in a beautiful place. As I floated, I noticed the air around the waterfall was alive with dozens of dragonflies. They had iridescent wings that shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow as they darted and danced over the surface of the pool. They moved with such grace and speed, their delicate presence adding an extra layer of magic to the already enchanting scene. B-roll footage of these beautiful creatures, along with the vibrant green ferns and moss-covered rocks, would perfectly capture the serene and wild spirit of this hidden oasis. It was a place teeming with life, from the smallest insect to the laughing teenagers. We spent the next hour swimming, sharing stories and laughing together. The teens told me about their dreams and aspirations, and I shared tales of my travels. In that short time, a genuine connection was forged in the shared joy of this special place. They showed me the best spots to sit under the cascading water for a natural massage, and pointed out a small cave hidden behind the falls. It was a simple, perfect afternoon that reminded me that the most valuable souvenirs from any trip are the memories you create and the friendships you make along the way. But as the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting long shadows through the jungle, I knew it was time to start heading back. The day was far from over, and our treasure map had one final clue, a drawing of a spectacular sunset over the coast. I said my goodbyes to my new friends, thanking them for sharing their happy place with me. Leaving the hidden waterfall was bittersweet, but I left with a full heart and a profound sense of gratitude. Wait until you see the sunset that was so beautiful, it actually made me cry. The best part of the day was yet to come. After the exhilarating trek back from the hidden waterfall, with the joyous laughter of my new friends still echoing in my ears, our treasure map guided me to its final, most poignant destination. The last clue was simple yet evocative, a drawing of the sun sinking into the ocean labeled Golden Hour. I found a perfect spot on the San Juan coastline, a quiet stretch of beach with large, smooth rocks that jutted out into the sea, offering an uninterrupted view of the horizon. The air was calm, and the heat of the day was beginning to soften into a gentle, balmy warmth. I settled onto one of the rocks, my journal and pen in hand, ready to witness the day's grand finale. The sense of anticipation was, honestly, palpable. A quiet hum of excitement for the spectacle that was about to unfold. As the sun began its slow descent, the world around me started to transform. The sky, a brilliant blue just a short while ago, slowly began to blush with shades of soft pink and pale orange. The transformation was gradual at first, a subtle shift in the light that bathed everything in a warm, ethereal glow. Filipino fishermen in their colorful outrigger boats known as bangkas began to sail by, their silhouettes stark against the changing sky as they headed back to shore after a long day at sea. Their steady, rhythmic paddling added to the serene and timeless quality of the moment, creating a scene of profound peace and simple, everyday beauty that felt both ancient and immediate. Then, the magic truly began. The sky erupted into a breathtaking symphony of color. Fiery oranges, deep crimsons, and vibrant magentas bled into one another, painting the clouds with strokes of impossible beauty. The water below became a perfect mirror, reflecting the celestial masterpiece and creating the illusion that the entire world was on fire. Wow, this sunset was absolutely completely unreal. It was one of those rare, perfect moments that feels so overwhelmingly beautiful it almost hurts. It demanded complete attention, silencing all thoughts and leaving only a profound sense of awe in its wake. San Juan, you have well and truly stolen my heart with this display. I sat there, utterly mesmerized as the colors deepened and then slowly began to fade into soft purples and dusky blues. The beauty was so intense, so pure, that I felt a lump form in my throat. It was the kind of spectacular, soul-stirring sight that makes you feel incredibly small and yet infinitely connected to the universe all at once. This wasn't just a sunset, it was an experience, a powerful reminder of the world's natural wonders and the importance of pausing to witness them. This final treasure on our map was undoubtedly the most precious of all, a perfect golden end to an unforgettable day of exploration and discovery. As I sat there watching the last sliver of the sun disappear below the horizon, I opened my journal and began to write. The golden light was fading, but the memories were shining brighter than ever. Today had been about so much more than just ticking off places on a map. It was about adventure, yes, but it was also about the food that told stories of tradition and the people who shared those stories with such open hearts. My mind drifted back to the bustling energy of Titanora's carinderia, the sizzle of the crispy pata, and the mischievous glint in the eye of the father who dared me to try the spicy sauce. The journey had been a feast for every one of my senses. What truly made today unforgettable, however, were the connections. I thought about the family I met, the Reyes family, who so generously invited me to their table and to share in their meal. They didn't just share their food, they shared their culture, their laughter, and a piece of their lives with a complete stranger. It was a powerful act of kindness that transformed a simple lunch into a deeply heartwarming experience. It's moments exactly like these, the spontaneous, unplanned human connections, that truly make travel magic. They are the threads that weave a trip into a rich tapestry of meaningful memories, long after the details of sights and sounds have faded. I smiled as a vivid flashback played in my mind, the moment of shared laughter with the Reyes family as we all mixed our colorful Halo desserts together. That image, full of joy and genuine connection, felt like the perfect summary of the day's spirit. Strangers who, for a brief but beautiful moment, became friends. These are the treasures that you can't capture on a map or even fully in a video. They are the feelings of belonging and acceptance that you carry with you, changing the way you see the world and your place within it. These moments are the true souvenirs, the priceless gems you collect on your journey through life. The day was a whirlwind of incredible experiences, from the hilarious wobbles on the paddleboard at Lia Beach to the triumphant feeling of crossing that rickety bamboo bridge. Each part of the adventure, from the big discoveries like the hidden waterfall to the small interactions with vendors like Maria, contributed to the day's magic. Writing it all down, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for every single moment, planned and unplanned. The treasure map had led me to beautiful places, but the real treasure was found in the spaces between the clues, in the laughter, the stories, and the shared humanity. As the first stars began to prick the deep indigo sky, I closed my journal, feeling a profound sense of contentment wash over me. The day's adventure in San Juan had taught me a valuable lesson, one that I will carry with me long after I leave these beautiful shores. It taught me the importance of slowing down, of truly being present, and of savoring each and every moment. In our fast-paced world, it is so easy to rush from one thing to the next, to focus on the destination rather than the journey. But San Juan, with its gentle rhythm and warm-hearted people, reminds you to pause, to breathe, and to appreciate the simple beauty that surrounds you. This trip has been a powerful reminder that the most rewarding travel experiences often happen when you step away from the polished tourist trails and embrace the unknown. It's about being open to conversations with strangers, trying food you can't pronounce, and getting a little bit lost on a jungle path. It's in these moments of vulnerability and curiosity that you find the true soul of a place. San Juan taught me to trust in the journey and to find joy in the unexpected detours, because that is often where the most beautiful surprises are waiting to be discovered. The crumpled treasure map was a guide, but the real adventure was in letting go and embracing whatever came my way. I want to ask you, my fellow adventurers, what is a place that has truly changed you? a destination that taught you something important about yourself or about the world? I would genuinely love to read your stories, so please share them in the comments below. Sharing these experiences is what connects us as a community of travelers, inspiring one another to seek out our own adventures and create our own meaningful memories. Your story might just be the spark that encourages someone else to book that ticket, take that trip, and discover a lesson of their own. Let's fill the comments with tales of transformation and discovery. If this vlog and the story of my day in San Juan has made you smile, or perhaps even inspired a little bit of wanderlust, I would be so grateful if you would please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who loves travel as much as we do. Your support allows me to continue seeking out these hidden gems and sharing their stories with all of you. San Juan Batangas, you were a dream. You offered not just stunning scenery, but lessons in hospitality, joy, and the art of slowing down. Thank you for a day that filled my heart to the brim with gratitude. And so, as my incredible day in San Juan Batangas comes to a close, I find myself filled with a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. What started with a mysterious, crumpled treasure map blossomed into one of the most enriching travel experiences I have ever had. We began our journey on the sun-drenched shores of Lia Beach, a true postcard paradise where the white sand met sparkling turquoise water. It was there that we shared laughter with local children while building sandcastles, and where I had my hilariously wobbly first attempt at paddleboarding. Those simple, joyful moments set the perfect tone for a day that would be full of genuine connection and heartwarming surprises, reminding me that adventure can be found in the simplest of pleasures. From the beach, our quest for treasure led us on a flavorful journey into the heart of San Juan's local food scene. At Tita Nora's Carinderia, we didn't just eat, we feasted. We indulged in the unbelievably delicious crispy pata and the rich, savory adobo, flavors that I know I will be dreaming about for a long time to come. But the most memorable part of that meal was sharing it with the wonderful Reyes family, whose kindness and generosity turned a simple lunch into a lesson in Filipino hospitality. That spice challenge, the shared laughter, and Tita Nora's secret recipe were reminders that food is so much more than sustenance. It is a universal language of love and community. The adventure then took a wild turn as we followed the map deep into the jungle, crossing a rickety bamboo bridge that tested our courage and rewarded us with breathtaking views. Our determination paid off when we discovered the magnificent hidden waterfall, a secret oasis that felt like a world of its own. Meeting the local teens and hearing them call it their happy place was a profoundly moving experience. Sharing a swim and a laugh with them in that magical spot underscored the beautiful truth that the best places are made even more special by the people you share them with. It was a powerful reminder of how travel connects us to both nature and each other in the most unexpected ways. Finally, the day culminated in a moment of pure, unadulterated beauty as we watched the sun set over the coast, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and red. That golden hour was a time for quiet reflection, a chance to absorb all the incredible moments the day had offered. From the beach to the jungle, from the Carinderia to the coastline, each stop on our treasure map revealed a different facet of San Juan's charm. The real treasures, I realized, were not the places themselves, but the collection of memories, the newfound friendships, and the feeling of having truly connected with the soul of this remarkable town. It was a perfect adventure from start to finish. This journey through San Juan Batangas was guided by a playful treasure map, but it has reinforced a belief I hold dear, that the world is full of hidden gems waiting to be discovered by those willing to look for them. You don't need a physical map to embark on your own adventure. All you need is a curious spirit, an open heart, and the courage to step off the well-trodden path. Every town, every city, every corner of the world has its own unique stories, flavors, and secret spots not always listed in guidebooks. The greatest treasures are often found when you allow yourself to wander, to get lost, and be open to the magic of the unexpected. I want to encourage each of you to become a treasure hunter in your own travels. Whether exploring a foreign country or a town near your home, I challenge you to seek out authentic experiences. Talk to the local shopkeeper, ask a resident for their favorite place to eat, or walk down a street that isn't on the tourist route. In these moments, you'll find the true character of a place. The most memorable adventures are not about seeing things. They're about experiencing them, engaging with the world with all your senses, and letting it change you in small but meaningful ways. Think of your next trip as a blank map you get to fill in yourself. Mark it not with destinations, but with connections, moments of laughter, new foods tasted, and lessons learned. The real joy of travel lies in personal discoveries along the way. The discovery of a hidden alleyway, a breathtaking viewpoint, or a new perspective on life. These are the treasures that will enrich your journey and stay with you long after you've returned home. So I invite you to create your own treasure hunt, to follow your curiosity, and see where it leads you. The world is full of wonders, big and small, just waiting for you to find them. And now, I want to hear from you. The final question on our adventure today: what is your dream travel destination? Where would your personal treasure map lead you if you could go anywhere? It could be a bustling city, a remote mountain range, a tropical island, or a quiet village. There are no right or wrong answers. Share your dream destination in the comments below. Let's create a bucket list of adventures together, inspiring one another to continue exploring this beautiful and diverse world we share. I cannot wait to read about the amazing places you dream of visiting. And with that, our incredible adventure in San Juan Batangas officially comes to an end. That's a wrap. It has been an absolute privilege to share this day with you, to take you along on this quest for hidden gems and authentic experiences. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me. If you loved this journey as much as I did, and if it brought a little sunshine and inspiration into your day, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future adventures together. Your support means the world to me and makes it possible to continue creating these vlogs. We explored pristine beaches, tasted mouth-watering food, discovered a secret waterfall, and witnessed a sunset that I will never forget. But most importantly, we met incredible people whose warmth and generosity truly defined the spirit of San Juan. This journey has been a beautiful reminder that travel is the best way to learn, to grow, and to connect with the world and with each other. I hope this vlog has not only shown you the beauty of this particular corner of the Philippines, but has also ignited your own passion for exploration and discovery. The adventure doesn't have to end here. It's just the beginning. So where are we heading next? Well, our journey through the Philippines is far from over. I have another secret spot lined up, another adventure waiting just around the corner. Do you have any guesses where it might be? Leave your predictions in the comments below. I would love to see what you think. Thank you once again for being the best travel companions a girl could ask for. Your comments, likes, and shares create a wonderful community that I am so grateful to be a part of. Keep that adventurous spirit alive and never stop seeking out the beauty in the world. Until we meet again for our next adventure, take care, stay curious, and as they say here in the Philippines, salamat. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Goodbye for now.